It reminds me of when I couldn't watch some shows when I was young because I had to be in bed at 9 o'clock. And there was a show called 30-something that Timothy Busfield was on. And I said, he's the guy that looks like Yakov Smirnoff. Except they look nothing alike aside from having beards. Their hair color was different. I almost feel like doing a callback to one of Connor's jokes. Yes, the one about Rusty Wallace. Reminds me of my hometown. People are all proud now of them having a racetrack in my hometown of Newton, Iowa. Yeah, that's a poor substitute for the Maytag Appliance Company, which at its peak employed 4,000 people year-round. A racetrack employs way less than that seasonally. And one of the streets around that racetrack at the edge of town is named for Rusty Wallace because I guess he designed that racetrack. It's like, okay. Now for the regularly scheduled jokes. Yes. More stories from the unemployment line and all the people that I've been calling for help related to it. There's one of them that's got me 3 interviews, and I still don't know where he lives because on this call he said he works remotely, but he also said something about his wife getting a fellowship at a hospital. He might be in Philadelphia now, but he was more willing to talk to me than other people, so it's like, okay, I'll run with it. And it was kind of odd. One of the things he had to say to me is, well, the advice that I give to people before interviews is to play their favorite music so then they're really inspired when they go in. And then another thing he said was, have an energy drink because then you look energetic and enthusiastic. And it's like, what, I have to be jacked up on an energy drink to get through a job interview? That doesn't make sense to me. To each their own, I guess. I haven't tried it yet either. At this point, I'm willing to try anything to get back to work. Which leads me to the next one. Or is that the one I wanted to do? Oh, yes, actually that is. Where I know that I was actually ranting with one of the people that was helping me, who said, well, at least you've got 10 job interviews. It's like, yeah, but I care more about the number of offers I get, which is so hard. Donut! And I said, don't be a Pollyanna with me. I mean, that would be like saying, oh, you got all these interviews, and oh, you're out of work. But at least you've got all this time to go through your postcard collection. Yeah, that's one of the things that I'm doing to try to stay busy throughout the day when nobody's calling me and I'm running low on ideas on where to apply because I have to keep waiting until people get back to me. Actually, it has helped me pass some of the time on rearranging my postcard collection and the photo albums, but I think it's sad that it's now gotten to that level on all these weird things I have to invent to stay busy throughout the day until I can go to the clubs in the evening and see my friends and go perform and talk about it with all these people that may care less about it. I don't know. I'm told I'm not the first one to be unemployed. Yeah, I'm aware of that, but it always seems to be harder for me. All right. And the next one, oh yes, sometimes it helps to run stories past other comics. So yes, another shout out to Connor. He liked this one that I did about me imitating my dad and how a former lady friend tried to imitate me doing that, but it didn't go very well for her. I like saying lane drifter because I would expect my dad to get disgusted when he would see somebody who would quickly change lanes on a freeway without signaling. So whenever I change lanes quickly, I still signal it, but I still say lane drifter. My dad's an acquired taste. People have heard about him before. He's the type that will talk about Hitler and the Nazis in front of my lady friend, and I'll have to say, Dad, she's Jewish. That's a bad idea. It's like, oh, I guess you're right, son. Yeah, I had to grow up with that, and then people wonder how I became so well-adjusted and become a serial killer. I grew up in a cauldron of verbal abuse. Some people liked that line. It's the best way I could talk about it metaphorically and make it sound the least bit positive. All right, there was the Plane Drifter, and next one, oh, yeah, sometimes I'm surprised about some of the jokes I get from other comics. It's just plain weird. Where one of them was already on tonight, and I was brought back into a conversation I didn't think I was in. It's like, he said to me when I was off in the distance, are we friends? And it's like, I thought he was riffing or doing a callback to another joke early. It's like, really? You're questioning that? I thought I was the insecure one. And I even explained how I am about body language. I don't think I hide it on who I do and don't like. The people I do like, I talk to, I seek them out. The people I don't like, I avoid. I'm sure I'm not alone on that one. Took me a while to figure out body language, but I'm around people all the time at bars, and as the saying goes, you adapt to your environment. That's a Darwinian thing, evolution. And I'm the type that says economic Darwinism as well. Whenever I see empty buildings, I still hate to see them, but what are you going to do? That's why I do it. Just write it off as that. Well, I spoke about my postcard collection. Sometimes I make some nice finds on eBay or even at resale shops. The most recent one merged two of my interests. I've always said that my two big interests are baseball and history, thanks to my dad. He's one of the reasons why I made it my college major at the University of Iowa. And I was pleased with what I found recently. There were two postcards of popular, famous baseball players meeting presidents. And it's like, wow, why didn't I find this any earlier? I don't know. It was Willie Mays meeting Ronald Reagan, and then Carl Yastrzemski meeting Jimmy Carter. So it's like, yeah, I'll buy them, especially since postcards are cheap. And now I'm wondering what else I can find. But the only idea I have now on merging those two interests is postcards of presidents throwing out the first ball to start the season. So it's like William Howard Taft and Woodrow Wilson, some of the earliest ones. And it's like, oh, okay, I guess you got to take what you can get on that one. Well, I guess that'll do it for me. Thank you, been great. Woo!